Hi Nana. We were learning about Haber's process. So in this video, we'll learn some processes where some process which involve in the preparation of ammonia gas by Haber's process. Okay, so we learn this in the form of a flow chart like this. See, in the preparation of Haber's process, we use certain things. One is compressor. So this is called as compressor. Catalytic chamber. So this middle portion, this portion is said to be catalytic chamber, and a condenser. So this is called as condenser. Okay, the upper portion. Okay. So actually, this is compressor, where into this compressor we will send a mixture of nitrogen and hydrogen. Through this pipe we will send nitrogen, and through this pipe hydrogen. So if one volume of nitrogen is, if we send, we have to send 3 volumes of hydrogen. So that means if one part of nitrogen is present, then 3 parts of hydrogen will be present in the mixture. So here these 2 gases will mix here, and finally they enter into the compressor. In this compressor, the mixture of nitrogen and hydrogen, they are occupying more volume. So the volume of the nitrogen and hydrogen, it is reduced to very much. Okay, so the volume is decreased so much due to the high pressures. So here we have to maintain the pressure. So that means the mixture, the gaseous mixture, it is compressed under high pressure of nearly 200 to 900 atmosphere pressure. Depending upon the structural strength of this plant, so we have to maintain the gaseous mixture should be compressed. It should be we have to apply the pressure around 200 atmosphere to 900 atmosphere. So in this range, okay, like this. So after the gases are compressed, the compressed gases mixture, it is sent into this catalytic chamber. So this is called as catalytic chamber, and into this catalytic chamber the gases mixture, the mixture of nitrogen and hydrogen. Okay, so 1 part of nitrogen and 3 parts of hydrogen, the compressed gases mixture, it is sent into this catalytic chamber. In this catalytic chamber, there is a pipe. So there is a pipe. Actually, there is a pipe in it. So this pipe contains a catalyst. Okay, this pipe, it contains what? This pipe contains here this pipe, it contains catalyst. A catalyst is present in this pipe. So what is that catalyst? It may be finely divided iron and mixed with molybdenum, or it may contain ferric oxide, okay, mixed with 1% potassium oxide and 3% aluminium oxide. So this mixture, it acts as promoter, and this will be catalyst. Or when finely divided iron is catalyst, then molybdenum will act as promoter. So we may use either this one or else this one as a catalyst. So in this pipe, so that means this is the pipe. So surrounding this pipe there is a heating coil. Okay, heating coil is electrically we will heat this one. Okay, there is electrical supply. So this called as heating coil. So this heating coil is present. See what happened? So the gases mixture, the mixture of nitrogen and hydrogen, they will enter into here in this chamber. So finally that mixture will go into this pipe. The mixture will enter into this pipe. So the mixture of nitrogen and hydrogen. So this is compressed mixture. Okay, compressed nitrogen and hydrogen gases, they will enter into this pipe. So they will enter into this pipe. Okay, and here in this area, so due to the heating of caused by the heating coils, so what happens, this catalytic pipe will be get heated, so around 450 degrees centigrade to 500 degrees centigrade. So around 450 degrees centigrade the temperature is maintained in the catalytic pipe. So now, so at this temperature, when a nitrogen and hydrogen gases, mixture is entered, so due to this temperature and the catalyst, what happened, reaction takes place. Already it is a compressed gases mixture. So 1 part of nitrogen and 3 part of hydrogen gas are mixed here. So reaction takes place between them, and finally ammonia gas will form here. Okay, ammonia gas will form, and along with the formation of ammonia, so large amount of heat is liberated. Okay, around 22,400 calories of heat. Around 22,400 calories of heat is liberated. So that much amount of heat is liberated here. So what happens? So here in this process only 60%, remember, only 60% of a gases mixture will react with each other to form ammonia. So that means percentage yield of ammonia is how much? Only 60% only 60%, because 40% of the gases mixture do not react with each other. Simply they remain as nitrogen and hydrogen mixture only. Only 60% of the mixture of nitrogen and hydrogen will react. So in this area only 60%. So out of, suppose if 100% is coming inside, only 60% will react and 40% remains unreacted. Okay, so now here ammonia is formed in this area. Slowly this mixture will move up. So this ammonia along with the 40% of nitrogen and hydrogen, they move up. So finally they'll move up. So in this way, so this is called as heat exchanger. Once again I am drawing. So the ammonia gas is formed somewhere here. It will move through this one. Okay, through this one, and along with ammonia. So here it contains ammonia gas, nitrogen gas, and hydrogen gas also, because these are 40% of nitrogen and hydrogen gas mixture is remained unreacted. So that means, so here from this heat, this is called as heat exchanger. So this pipe, it is connected outside. So here catalyst is present in this area. So catalyst is present in this area. So here reaction takes place. This reaction takes place. in this area this reaction takes place. Okay, and ammonia gas is formed. Now what happens? So these gases, the mixture of ammonia, nitrogen and hydrogen, it is somewhat hot because of released heat, because it is an exothermic process. Heat is released, so this much amount of heat is released in this reaction. So it is an exothermic reaction. So what happened? As it is exothermic reaction, so actually there is heating coil. So we will heat initially. At the beginning we will heat, but after the occurrence of this reaction for certain time, we will stop heating. We will stop heating with the help of heating coil. So now what happened? Already some amount of heat is generated, or some amount of heat is liberated during this reaction. So that means the heat which is liberated, the heat here in this area, so here heat is liberated. Slowly these gases mixture, slowly they will go out, they will leave from this pipe. So through this pipe, or else here into this pipe, so nitrogen and a hydrogen mixture will enter. Okay, so always, so here nitrogen and hydrogen mixture, they will pass and they will take this route and finally they will enter here. So that means this nitrogen and hydrogen, they will enter here. Okay, fresh nitrogen and hydrogen will enter here. And here the gases will leave. Which gases? Ammonia, 40% mixture of nitrogen and hydrogen will leave. So this is incoming gas and this is outgoing gas. Incoming gas contains nitrogen and hydrogen, and outgoing gas from this heat exchanger, it contains ammonia, nitrogen and hydrogen. Okay, so in this process what is happening? So while leaving these three gases, while leaving through this pipe outside, so that means this is heat exchanger. So this mixture of ammonia, nitrogen and hydrogen, they will leave and they will enter into this pipe. So while leaving these gases, they lose some of their heat energy. And that heat energy which is lost by these gases, that heat energy is taken by nitrogen and hydrogen in this area. So that is why this chamber is said to be heat exchanger. Okay, so this area is called as heat exchanger, where the outgoing gases will lose some of their heat energy, and the incoming gases will take that heat energy. Okay, so now these gases have taken the heat energy. So with that heat energy, what happened? These gases will show this reaction again. Okay, these gases will absorb the heat energy which is given out by the mixture of ammonia, nitrogen and hydrogen, which are leaving through this pipe. So after losing some of their heat energy, they leave this pipe. Okay, after leaving this pipe, this area, so they will go through this pipe. Okay, like this. So now this is heat exchanger, where these gases, they lose heat energy, and that heat energy is absorbed by these gases which are entering here. Okay, so now with that heat energy, these gases will again they react with each other. Okay, and again the same reaction will occur, and again large amount of heat is liberated due to the reaction between this nitrogen and hydrogen again. Okay, and again ammonia is formed, and again the only 60% of the reaction mixture will participate in reaction, and 40% of nitrogen and hydrogen, they remain unreacted, and again those reaction mixture, again they will leave. So like this is a continuous process. Again a fresh nitrogen and hydrogen will enter into this one. Okay, so like this, so the process will occur continuously. Okay, So here this chamber is said to be catalytic chamber. So in the catalytic chamber you will find a pipe which is having catalyst, and also this pipe which is having catalyst. It is surrounded by heating coil. So initially we have to heat this mixture with the help of heating coil, but after some time, so we have to stop heating with the heating coil. Heating coil is stopped. So why heating coil is stopped? Because during this reaction, so initially look here, for this reaction to occur, initially some amount of heat is required. So that heat is provided by the heating coil. So how much amount of heat? Around 450 degrees centigrade of heat is required. So that heat is initially provided by the heating coil. Okay. Due to this reaction, large amount of heat is liberated. So now the incoming gases, these gases mixture, that means fresh gas mixture, they will utilize this heat energy for the same reaction to occur. Again the new gases will react, okay, with the help of this energy. Okay, again these gases, okay, they will react and the same reaction will occur, and freshly ammonia gas is formed. Okay, so already the ammonia, already present ammonia, nitrogen and hydrogen, they will leave in this from this pipe. They will leave from this pipe. So like this, they will leave in from this pipe. So like this, these are the things which happen inside the catalytic chamber. Okay, right. Now what happens? So here, through this pipe, what is happening? So this through this pipe, the gases mixture is moving. So it contains ammonia, hydrogen and nitrogen mixture. Ammonia, hydrogen and nitrogen mixture is present. So here this ammonia, this mixture will enter into this area is called as condenser. So this area is called as condenser. If I draw that condenser here, so there is a pipe known as cooling pipe. So this is called as cooling pipe. This is called as cooling pipe. See, actually from this pipe, mixture of ammonia, nitrogen and hydrogen, they are entering into this this is called as condenser. So actually in this condenser, very cool water will enter into this condenser, and this water it is surrounding by, actually these gases are hot gases. They are hot gases because, so from this hot area this gases mixture is coming. So these gases are hotter. So when these hot gases they enter into this area condenser, they will become cool. Okay, they will become cool. Cooling of these gases takes place. So now what happens? This cool water will absorb the heat energy from these gases, and this water will get hot, and now this water will leave through this pipe. So hot water will come out. So cool water will enter into this one, and hot water will come out. This cool water will absorb the heat energy from these hot gases, and due to this one, these hot gases, the mixture of these gases will cool down. Okay, so cooling of these gases takes place. Hence, it is this area is said to be condenser. Condenser will cool. Okay, will make these gases to cool. So this area is called as, this region is said to be condenser. So now what happens? So now the cooled gases will come out through this pipe, through this cooling pipe. This is called as cooling pipe. Cooling pipe. So what happens? So through this cooling pipe, so there is a small opening, very small orifice. Orifice means opening. Orifice means opening. Small opening is present. So now this gaseous mixture will come out through small opening. See, suddenly now this gaseous mixture actually it is under pressure. So this pressure is carried. Okay, this pressure is, so now this gaseous mixture actually it is under pressure. This is gaseous mixture and it is released suddenly. So what happens? This gaseous mixture which is under pressure, okay, it is released suddenly. Suddenly it expands. The gaseous mixture, when they are released suddenly, what happened? When this gaseous mixture released suddenly, what happened? They undergo expansion. When there is a sudden expansion, always remember that when there is a sudden expansion, what happens? The gases will try to liquefy. When gases which are under high pressure, when such gases are allowed to sudden expansion, then that gases will liquefy. So that process is said to be liquefaction. What is the meaning of liquefaction? What is the meaning of liquefaction? The process of sudden expansion. Sudden expansion of compressed gas. Sudden expansion of compressed gas, okay, it will lead to what? It will lead to conversion into liquid. Conversion into liquid. So this process is said to be liquefaction. So that means when a gas under pressure, it is suddenly expanded, so it will convert into liquid. Okay, so there are three gases here. Okay, this process is said to be liquefaction. Liquefaction is nothing but conversion of a gas into liquid. Okay, conversion of a gas into liquid. So by sudden expansion. Okay, conversion of a compressed gas into liquid by sudden expansion is said to be liquefaction. So what happens? What happens when the compressed gas is suddenly expanded? When the compressed gas is suddenly expanded, that gas will convert into liquid. But will all the substances convert into liquid? No. Depending upon the boiling points of the substances, those substances will convert into liquid. For example, if you take ammonia, its boiling point is minus 33 degrees centigrade. Whereas if you take nitrogen, its boiling point is minus 196 degrees centigrade. So it is very, very less. The boiling point of nitrogen is very, very less. And even hydrogen, it is still less. It is 253 degrees centigrade minus. All these are minus values. Minus 253 degrees centigrade. Okay. So when gases are allowed to cool, when the gases are allowed to cool, or else when they are allowed to liquefaction, so the gas which is having highest boiling point, out of these three, which is having highest boiling point, the gas which is having highest boiling point will convert into liquid fastly. Okay, so what happens in this reaction? Only ammonia will convert into liquid. But nitrogen and hydrogen, as their boiling points are very very low, they do not convert into liquid. Okay, did you understand? So here from this is cooling portion. So from this cooled compressed mixture of ammonia, nitrogen and hydrogen, they are passing through this one. So what happens? This is orifice. So sudden expansion takes place. Due to sudden expansion of compressed gas, what happens? Liquefaction takes place. So which gas will liquefy? So the gas which is having highest boiling point will liquefy first. But that means here ammonia will liquefy. Why not hydrogen and nitrogen are liquefying? Because their boiling points are very less, comparatively very less. Hence they do not liquefy, they remain as gases only. So that means here you will get what? Liquid ammonia. So this through this opening or through this small hole, so these gases, they will escape. Okay, they will escape suddenly, and due to this ammonia will convert into liquid ammonia. Now this is what? Liquid ammonia. Ammonia will liquefy. So liquid ammonia. Liquid ammonia is formed. And so here, so what is this one? This is liquid ammonia. Liquid ammonia, it will settle at the bottom, and the nitrogen and hydrogen gases, they do not liquefy, hence they will occupy this open area, and slowly this nitrogen and hydrogen gases, they will enter here. Here actually again there is a compressor. This is also compressor. So now the nitrogen and hydrogen gases which are released here, so slowly they will enter into the compressor, because during all this process, during liquefaction, during the liquefaction and all these things, what happened? The pressure is decreased because some amount of ammonia is released. So what happened? Some amount of ammonia is removed. Hence what happened? The pressure is decreased to large extent. The pressure of nitrogen and hydrogen, they are decreased to large extent. So what happened? So due to this, what happened? These nitrogen and hydrogen gases, they will pass into the compressor and they are recompressed here. Okay, in this area, this is compressor. So the nitrogen and hydrogen gases which are coming through this cooling pipe, okay, they will enter into this open area. Okay, and finally through this pipe they will enter into the compressor. Okay, now this is now again what happened? This compressed air, compressed nitrogen and hydrogen mixture, they will enter through this pipe, and finally they will reach to this catalytic chamber. In this way, finally they will reach to the catalytic chamber. Again they are utilized in the reaction. Okay, I will show you based on the diagram. So here nitrogen and hydrogen orifice is there here. So here orifice is present. So liquid ammonia. So nitrogen and hydrogen gases. Okay, now this will enter into the compressor. So this is compressor. This is the compressor. Nitrogen and hydrogen gas mixture, they will enter into this compressor and they are compressed to a large extent. So now the gases mixture, they are coming out from the compressor. Now this is compressed gas. Compressed mixture of nitrogen and hydrogen. So actually it is only 40% mixture only, because already 60% of the mixture, it is converted into ammonia. 60% of the mixture is converted into ammonia at the beginning, and only 40% of the mixture So it is coming, and that 40% again it is recompressed here, again that recompressed mixture of 40% mixture of nitrogen and hydrogen. So here recompressed. So now slowly it will enter into this pipe, and finally it reaches to the catalytic chamber. Okay, so in this catalytic chamber, so what happens? So this is catalytic chamber. Slowly it will enter into this catalytic chamber and slowly come down. Slowly it will again enter into this pipe, catalytic pipe, and again the same, and they participate in the same reaction. Again this nitrogen and hydrogen mixture, they will react with each other to form ammonia gas at 450 degrees centigrade temperature. Okay, because already before that ammonia gas was formed here, and so actually this process is continuous. This is a continuous process. So the nitrogen and compressed nitrogen and hydrogen, they will enter in through this. They will come from through this way, through this path. Finally enter here, convert into ammonia, and the nitrogen and hydrogen and ammonia mixture will pass through this one. Okay, and liquid ammonia is formed here, and nitrogen and hydrogen, 40% of mixture of nitrogen and hydrogen, again they will they are recompressed, and again they will enter into this chamber, and again they will enter into the catalytic pipe, and again reaction takes place. So and like this. So here meanwhile again fresh nitrogen and hydrogen, they are coming through this area. So that means from here nitrogen and hydrogen mixture is coming, and from here also compressed nitrogen and hydrogen mixtures are coming. So nitrogen and hydrogen mixture is coming through this pipe and even through this pipe continuously, and a reaction takes place at this area. Okay, only 60% of the nitrogen and hydrogen mixture is utilized. That means 60 ammonia, the percentage yield of ammonia is said to be 60% only. And again unreacted nitrogen and hydrogen along with ammonia, they will pass through this pipe, and they will reach the condenser, and finally that ammonia will convert into liquid ammonia, and so on. This process will be repeated. Okay, see here the gaseous mixture convert into liquid by two processes. One process is liquefaction process. The gaseous mixture will convert into liquid ammonia by one process known as liquefaction. And another process. What is the other process? By dissolving in water. By dissolving in water. See, so here the gaseous mixture which is coming, it contains what? Ammonia, hydrogen and nitrogen. So this gaseous mixture, listen. So this gaseous mixture, it is sent into water. So now this is water. The gaseous mixture is sent into water. So here there is no need of sudden expansion. So orifice is not present. That means simply that gaseous mixture, it is sent into this water. So now this gaseous mixture, they will form a bubble. They form bubbles, and in this process what happens? That gaseous mixture contains ammonia, nitrogen and hydrogen. So only ammonia will dissolve. Nitrogen and hydrogen, they do not dissolve in water. Do not dissolve in water. Which one? Nitrogen and hydrogen mixture does not dissolve in water, whereas ammonia dissolves in water. Dissolves in water because ammonia solubility is very high, because of as its solubility is very high, as its solubility is very high. So how much ammonia is soluble? Do you know? Every 1 milliliter of water, remember, every 1 milliliter of water can dissolve how much? 700 milliliters of ammonia. 700 milliliters of ammonia gas. So that much soluble is the ammonia gas. Okay, so that means ammonia is highly, very highly soluble. Solubility is very high. How much soluble? How much value it is? It is how much? 1 gram, 1 milliliter of water can dissolve in 700. 1 milliliter of water can dissolve 700 milliliters of ammonia into it. So that much solubility the ammonia is having. Because of its high solubility, what happens? Only ammonia gas will dissolve in this and forms liquid ammonia. And these two gases, as they do not dissolve in water, what happens? Slowly they will move up, they will enter into this area, open area, and finally they will enter into this pipe. Okay, and finally they will enter into this pipe, and they are recompressed and they are sent into the catalytic chamber and to continue the process. So that means here ammonia can be, finally we will get ammonia in the form of liquid ammonia only, ammonia solution. That means here when water is present, when we use water, then it is said to be ammonia solution. Ammonia solution. From ammonia solution we can easily collect ammonia. From ammonia solution we can easily collect ammonia, and from liquid ammonia also we can easily convert collect ammonia. So in this process, in this way ammonia gas can be obtained. So all these processes together, it is called as Haber's process. Okay, so like this Haber's process can be studied. Okay, right. So we will learn the other things in the next video.